In this video, traders, we're going to be talking about a Euro USD short position that is currently up on my account very nicely, seeing some nice sell side action. And in this video, I'm going to talk all about why I got into this trade, as well as explain the mindset or the logic behind this particular position that I'm in. This is a pattern that I see happen again and again in the currency market, and it's something that I love to trade this setup. So I'm going to share it with you guys here in today's video. Stay tuned. Let's get into it right now. Hey traders, so welcome back to the YouTube channel. If you don't already know me, my name is Nick and I share all sorts of Forex related content here on YouTube. I share a lot of my own trading as well as strategies that I'm testing or coming up with and just general trading content. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel down below, number one. And number two, if you like these live stream videos and you want to see more of them in the future or live trade videos, hit the like button down below and let us know. We'll see how many people will like the video, and if there's enough likes, we'll keep doing them. So what we're seeing here on Euro USD is we've clearly seen a nice downtrend continuation. We've seen a lot of bearishness on this market, and I actually got involved on the short side. Now, I went to the office today. We shot some content. We did some things, customer support side with the rest of the team today, so I was not, unfortunately, at my trading desk all day long to film this, but I did want to still kind of loop back and talk about this trade because, again, it's a trade setup that I actually see happen again and again in the markets. And so today I want to just kind of recap a little bit of why I took this trade, as well as we'll watch how this trade plays out from here. So I'm currently short on this particular trade. I got in right here, took my short position, and it's a really simple entry style. A lot of times people are looking for a super complicated, super intense entry system or a magical set of things that are going to line up and give the best entry ever. And in my opinion, entries are important, don't get me wrong, but what's really important is managing your risk and finding good exit points as well. The entry is just one component of a good trade. The other components are including, risk management, keeping your psychology in check and actually sticking to your plan, not moving your stop loss when things go wrong, not taking profits too soon, not taking them too late, right? Sticking to the plan is more important than even executing the trade itself. So what is the setup and how is this playing out so far? Well, what this concept is, I'll draw it in a formation so we can see it a little bit easier first. When you draw, it makes it a little bit simpler than when you actually see it on price because nothing is perfect like the textbooks usually. Okay, so what we're gonna see here, this is the pattern that I'm looking for. It is very simple, and it again happens again and again in markets, especially in markets that are trending very nicely. So I identified in the last several days that I've been bearish on Euro USD. I've had a bearish bias, right, overall. I've been more willing to take sell trades or a sell bias on Euro USD rather than any longs, okay? So what I'm looking for here is a trend continuation and to catch the breakout. So what we can see here in this kind of formation that I drew right here is take a look at this. So we have a downtrending market overall, and what else? Well, we have consolidation followed by a big breakout, okay? So when we have a downtrend, we have stuff like this. We have series of lower lows and lower highs. So I identified that here on the 1 hour chart, as well as on the 4 hour chart and the daily chart, we have a bearish trend forming on Euro USD. So when we started to consolidate in this mode, basically I spotted this. I sent out to VIP members that I wanted to be short on the break of this particular consolidation zone. Again, all of my trades, if you don't already know, there's a link down below in the description. You can follow along with all of my trades as they're happening in real time, as well as follow my analysis inside of our VIP community that we offer at A1 Trading. Myself and some of the other top analysts, you can follow along with our trades there and see kind of what we're thinking behind some of the trades. More importantly than just getting the signals, you actually get the analysis, you actually get the insights and the whys to what we're doing. So Euro USD downtrending and consolidating in a range. Well, what my idea was here is, okay, I have a bearish bias overall, and if price breaks this channel of kind of consolidation, I want to be short. And that is exactly where you can see here, I got into the trade on the short side on the break of that consolidation. So let's put it into the real price action so that we can kind of see what we're talking about. Now again, we have an overall downtrending market, right? Price is making a series of lower highs, lower lows, and here's our consolidation zone, guys. You can see during this area, notice how price basically remained in a range or in a box, okay? Well, when price started to break out of that level, I got short on the break of this support zone. okay, hoping that, you know, the break would continue and that we'd see continuation, which we ended up seeing, and hopefully we continue to see a little bit more. Then the question becomes, well, where do you put your stops? Where do you put your targets, right? Everybody needs to know, you know, if you're going to be placing a trade, you have to have an entry, an exit, and an in-between strategy. Okay, so now what you can see is if I scroll out just a little bit, I've got my target down here, okay? Take profit here. I've got my stop loss here. And as we mentioned, on the short side or a sell side setup here. Okay, so I sold the break and that's great, but where do we go from here? You can see price made a movement already towards our direction very nicely, but I wanted to make sure that my stop was conservative enough that I wouldn't get whipped out, but also not too tight that it was really easy to kind of get whipped out, right? So I don't want to put my stop too far away or too close. So what I ended up doing here on this particular position, this is an intraday position, short term. We're looking at the 1 hour chart here. I risked about 15 pips. So if price moved against me, no big deal. I was going to stop out for 15 pips. Fortunately, price continued in our direction as we had hoped for based on the analysis. And now at the current time, we are up, let's see, how many pips are we up? Up just shy of about 27 pips, okay? So really great position so far. And overall, what I'm targeting here on this particular trade is I'm looking for just about 40 pips on the overall move. Okay, so depending on where we go from here, my goal is to, again, try and shoot for that 40 something pips there on the move and only risking that 15. Now, what I will probably do at some point here is I'll move it right now. I'm gonna move this trade to break even, okay? So what that means is at this point, the trade has gone in my favor. I was correct about my analysis here. We did in fact catch a nice break underneath this level, and I don't really wanna leave too much more risk on the table than I have to. If price decides to reverse all the way back up, well, then I was slightly correct about the trade, but not all the way, right? All the way correct would mean that price overall goes down and hits our take profit for the take profit there completely of the 40 pips that we're shooting for. And if we're incorrect, at this point, the worst thing that can happen is we make just a little bit of change there, a little bit of, you know, small amount of money or not too many pips there on the move. So that's the worst case. That's actually a beautiful thing to be in when you're trading, is not necessarily how much money are you going to lose, but how much money are you going to make. It's positive either way. If price hits this stop loss, it's positive, and price hits here, it's positive as well. So that's a good feeling for sure, and I always love to be able to do that to move my targets up. But the idea here is, again, shooting to try and get that full 40 pips if possible. I still think that there's some room to run. But what was important here in the trade is that with my entry and my exit, I had roughly a 3 times my risk in terms of reward. So if I'm correct, I make $3 for every $1 I risk. So in this case, let's say that I was risking, let's say $100. If I'm correct about the trade, I make $300. So that's the idea here, is trying to gain more than we are potentially risking and catching a significant break in favor of a downtrend. Right? A very big component or very important component to trading success, in my opinion, is stacking as many things in favor of your position as possible, right? So we have a downtrend, we have a significant structure break, we have a lot of momentum on Euro USD, lower highs, lower lows, right? There's a long list here of why the market could continue lower, and that's where I place my trade. I wanted to be a part of that trade, and I'm willing to take that risk in the form of potentially capturing this reward. It's a big question on every trade. Is it worth your risk? Is this risk, whatever you set it to be, is it worth it to take that potential reward? And you have to be able to say yes to this, because sometimes your trades are not going to win, right? Sometimes you're going to be incorrect and the thing's going to reverse and you're going to be wrong and you're going to have to take those stop losses. Are you capable and understandingly going to take those losses when you need to is a big question. So this is where I'm at with the position. Again, up 27 or so pips here on the trade on Euro USD shorts. Very simple pattern. Again, something that we see happen in markets again and again. Consolidation, looking for the break, trying to ride the break of that next level low on a downtrending or uptrending market. If we were doing the uptrend version, it would look like this, trying to catch the break and trying to catch that next wave of a trending market, which we've seen right now on Euro USD in the form of a solid downtrend. Okay, so I'll keep you guys updated here on the position on Euro USD. We'll see if we can get the full 40 pips. If not, we'll stop out for about break even and we'll take a lesson either way. Guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in just a second. Okay, traders, so we are out of the trade here on Euro USD. We just closed the full profit there for around $200. It hit the target that we had talked about. And I wanted to show one thing here. So when I went to sleep last night, it was right around here. And you can see price consolidated a little bit further. We actually caught a little bit of a bounce, but per our analysis overall, the trend continued, and you can see we rolled over and found some strength here in the early sessions of the early parts of the New York session this morning. Price hit our full take profit there for, again, about $200 profit. Not bad at all. Pretty happy with how this trade played out. If you guys have any questions, comment them down below. And if you like these videos, if you want more live trading videos where I'm actually taking my trades and showing you, step by step what I'm thinking through the trade, both technically and psychologically, do me a big favor, like the video down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Guys, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you guys back next time.